All right, and we are recording. This is. I honestly don't remember what session this is, but we may begin.
11.
11. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, right, because you would have seen the header of that thing you watched 2 times. All right, yes, we are. This is session 11 here. Carissa, did you wish to do recaps of what the players are doing here and all that such, as it has been a hot minute since we had played?
Yeah, I will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the boat. As a casual reminder, you are currently on this boat because John really wants to know who hired the fixer,
Smugglers.
who hired the smugglers, who hired the smugglers because they're connected to the fixer, and a whole bunch of other things. So pretty much you are here to figure out who hired said smugglers that took over Barrett's transport of improperly labeled little microgriffins. On this boat, there is also other things going on, other things your characters might be personally interested, background information, things you might want to pursue later. You do not have to pursue these things. You do not have to feel like every person that tells you something that sounds interesting is something you need to peruse. And if it is absolutely important to the game, Lindsay and I will make sure that you are aware of that. We're not just going to dump 17 things on you and be like, aha, figure it out, fucker. We shall assist. All right. So the last time you guys were on the boat, a few things happened. One moment.
Did something happen and I'm just not hearing anything, or is nothing going on right now?
No, I had a glitch. Give me just a second.
Okay, just making sure.
No, it's me. As you guys were going around trying to figure out who these lovely people were working for and what that symbol means, you had to kind of split up and look around. Ray went to the dining hall and talked to the lovely librarian who works for the Shalaran librarians. Um, Ferida went to the gambling hall and gambled her little heart out with the merfolk noble. Day has decided to take up bartending and is working with Wiz currently behind the counter to figure out who's it, what's it, and had the veteran give him, them a long ramble about all of their personal stress and kind of just dumped that all over Koki's feet. Benny is currently working in the kitchens, running food and waiting for the start of dessert to happen. And Shava was told unceremoniously to keep her friends in check because Barrett Kanan knows you guys are here in some capacity. It is unclear how, what, where, and why, let alone how much he knows, but he does seem to know, and asked Shava not to reveal to the party that Barrett is aware of your guys' presence. All right. So, this game, we're actually going to have our rounds a little bit shorter. We're going to have them timed. So for each round, you guys are going to have 10 minutes to kind of get on to the next thing, figure out what's going on. At the end of the 10 minutes, of course, we'll finish up whatever we're talking about. But just to kind of keep things moving, because the plot is about to start having multiple pieces moving at the same time. And rather than having us retcon, it'll be a little bit easier. Now, it is possible that you guys will end up at the same location. If something happens and you guys move into the same location, you both will end up being, quote unquote, the actor for that scene for that 10 minutes. So should Ray go to the gambling hall on their round, Farida would then participate in their round, if appropriate. Just so everybody is aware of the plan. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So we are actually going to start off with day today. So Koki, your lovely veteran has stumbled away, joking about purple nurples under their breath to rejoin their spouse. Wiz is standing next to you. If everybody can see the map, just kind of an update on tokens that are on the board. Little tokens that are coins are employees of the boat. Some of them you can hover over and actually see their name and job position, such as the pianist, which is like labeled musician, and the singer. The little gray boxes with people on them are guests. So unnamed guests that are not the people of interest in this situation. Just so you can kind of visualize how many people are in a room. Wiz gets his own little thing because he's named, so he gets his little sparkles. Swords and shields are guards. Anchors are boatmen. And
I'm
just
not
so that
seeing any of that.
you are not seeing any of that.
No, I
Where-
have like 3 levels that I'm seeing, and it looks like a hallway that's kind of lit up.
Okay, so over top of that, do you still have like that map? And like a hallway that's lit up on like a grayscale map?
Yes.
Okay. So that is because you haven't explored the areas that have these characters yet. So give me just a second. As you explore with your character, more of that stuff will show up.
Okay.
Um,
I
Where-
have a problem at all times where my map is so zoomed out and I cannot make it zoom in at all. So I can see tokens and I can see that there's writing there, but I cannot make it any bigger
Let me see.
without making everything bigger.
Isn't there a button that you can use to at least quick travel to your character? I believe, Carissa?
Yes. So we did add that button. I don't know if it'll zoom her in is the main problem.
I've already been moved around on the map. Like I'm centered on me, but my so zoomed in or zoomed out rather.
Before we get further started, then give me just a second. You said you use an Apple product?
I don't.
What do you use?
I just use an HP laptop.
With a touchpad?
Yes.
Touchpad. And what's the model?
It's a. Oh no! What are you? Old is the model. If I tell you, I don't know how to figure it out. Will you be mad at me?
No. Let's see if I can figure out something else. Do you have a plus or minus button on your keyboard?
Sure do.
Press the plus button.
Wait, do I? Yes, I do. If I press the plus button, it just selects all tokens. Or, like, makes all the tokens pop up.
That should not be doing that. Is that near a number pad or is that like shift equal?
It's a, I have to do Alt and then press the equal.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh!
Okay, so now I'm zoomed in, but I still can't see. Everything is really blurry and fucked up. And that happened because I can zoom in, like, the whole window, but it makes everything huge, including my character sheet, and it doesn't add any quality. Like, it's still really yucky.
So on your right-hand side in Foundry itself, hit the settings button for me.
I gotta figure out how to get there. Hold on.
Okay, take your time.
Because this is... Can't. Oh, no.
If
Uh-oh.
possible, you may need to refresh the Foundry window to sort of reset things.
I have lost all of my taskbars and everything. It's just the really hyper zoomed in screen.
Just go ahead and press Control R then.
Yeah, I forgot I could do Control R. Ooh, yuck.
If it is still zoomed in, it might have accidentally increased the entire zoom
Yes.
setting of your browser.
There we go. That's better. I'm good now. Okay. Yucky.
When you say good now, as in we are no longer like hyper zoomed in, or
I'm no longer hyper zoomed in, and now it's refreshing.
okay. In the meantime, can everyone else see the tokens that we are discussing?
Let me.
I seem to be able to see them. I see a sword and shield, and then what looks like 2 coins. More than that.
All right, I put an example picture in the chat for people who can't see it. Yes, the 2 coins are kind of like the symbol for workers on the boat. The little figure outlines with the gray box are other patrons or guests. The sword and shields are guards. You do not know at first glance whether they are Barrett's guards or the boat's guards. And then the anchors are boatsmen. So people who work specifically for keeping the boat afloat. If you are in the same room with some of them, you might be able to hover over the token. So with Ray specifically, if you were to hover over the pile of coins right below you,
Yes,
I should say enterprising waiter underneath it now.
it does.
Perfect. Not everybody has that, but some people do, the more obvious ones. And as you guys figure out who are Barrett's, if you want to, Barrett's guards and not Barrett's guards, I will mark them as such so you can hover over them and remember. How you doing, Kelsey?
I have just finished refreshing and reloading, and I am still very zoomed out, but I am at the gears menu for the for Foundry. So what
Okay.
did you want me to select?
Configure settings.
Got you.
In the upper left of the box that pops up, you should have a little filter bar. Go ahead and
Yes.
type zoom into that. And immediately X out of it because I told you the wrong fucking one. I want you to hit configure settings, not configure controls, not
So
configure
you want me
settings.
to hit configure controls? Okay.
Yes, please.
So, okie dokie.
All right,
I
you should
see.
have zoom in canvas, zoom out of canvas.
I do.
See if you can edit those.
Nope. Hold on. Oh wait, so can I use page up and page down for this? Let me see if that works. Hello? Nope. Okay. I can not edit them, but I can add new ones.
Dope.
Oh.
While she does that, can you remind me, is Wiz the guy who taught me how to make the drinks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He is a Shalaran and the head bartender this evening.
What? I'm not the head bartender?
It was not the position you were employed for, though you're doing very well. I'm sure you could have a lucrative job.
I can sell the hell out of that purple nurple.
I don't know.
Okay, I have made edits, but the game is paused, so it won't let me try to use my edits.
Let me unpause.
Yeah, I'll see what happens. Hello. Oh my god, it's moving me. Why are you doing this?
Was it an arrow key?
No, I just picked 7 on the number pad and 8 on the number pad because I'm not going to use those.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Okay, let me try to add a different one. I'm going to try to do... Oh my god, I do have a plus and minus key. Holy shit, I'm a piece of shit idiot. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, never mind.
Are they working?
Yeah, sure, they sure are.
Glorious.
Never
we accept
mind.
progress.
Okay,
I
as
had
long
no
as it
idea.
works.
I had an actual plus and minus key. Okay, that's me. I'm stupid. It's okay. We're good.
It's
And can
fine.
you see the stuff now?
Yes, now everyone has detail.
Fantastic. Let us continue then.
All right. I apologize. I just took a big bite of something.
It's okay. I've also been distracted by Mr. Nelson, who has decided to hang out with me tonight.
All right. So, Koki,
Mm-hmm.
you've had your wonderful interaction with a man who kind of just trauma dumped all over you, and you graciously took it.
Comes with the job.
So, as Gavin is walking away, the veteran, Wiz kind of just like turns and looks from you from the other edge of the bar where he's been working on other people's drinks, and he goes, "You handled that pretty well."
Thanks. I have a lot of experience of people spilling their innards out to me.
1
Pun
second.
intended.
Hmm?
Sorry, I said pun intended.
Okay. Wiz takes it for face value and just kind of laughs. He's like, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So what's happening next is that we do have dinner coming up. It's actually going to happen here pretty soon. So we need to open up the bar that's out on the patio. So one of us needs to go out there and one of us needs to stay in here. Do you have a preference?
I haven't been outside in a while. What's the weather like out there?
Well, it's starting to get a little dusky, so it's nice and cool. Nice breeze. If you were to go out there, you'd probably be doing mixed drinks for mostly private games, dice, and that sort of stuff. And if you stayed in here, you'd probably be serving the people that are already in here. My guess is the people normally when these sort of things happen, most people go to the dining hall and just kind of go to eat when the bell rings, because the food's the freshest. So you just be making drinks for the gamblers here that like company, and drinks for the gamblers out there that don't like company but might have friends on the boat. Pick your poison.
I want to be where other people like company.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna head out there and start getting the bar situated. There's enough people wandering around in here that if you need something, go ahead and just step away. There's guards behind us. The room behind us is technically the steering room. I don't know. I'm not a boat person. I don't know what that room is actually called. But it's the steering room. If you need anything, or there's guards in there, and they're not going to let people steal from the bar. So you can just walk out and ask me questions. So don't feel like you have to stay here for every bare moment.
Oh.
So also, if you need any extra booze, just knock on the back door. Like if you run out of something, they'll let you in and let you get it out of the crates that are back there.
All right, good to know.
All right, and with that, Wiz heads on out.
Bye, Wiz. Oh, he's a quick walker.
He is. He's got to go fast.
He's got them waitress feet.
He's doing this for a long time. All right. As Wiz is walking out, you actually see someone come up the stair or into the room. Where the fuck did she go?
Who are you?
I immediately, I'm looking for the doctor.
Oh.
I'm just gonna plop down another token for now. And I'll figure out where I put her later. Anyway, she walks in.
Oh, hello.
And the little tidbits that you guys have managed to talk to each other here and there under your breaths through your comms, because Benny fully stated that they were telling everybody stuff. I'm comfortable saying that you know this. This is the doctor that was fighting downstairs in the room with what is assumedly their spouse. They do not look happy. They look rather perturbed. And this person was talking about how they don't trust Barrett, who is the person whose microgriffins were stolen and likes to evade taxes pretty much in any way that he can without getting in trouble.
All right,
So-
so I want to mix up a nice little drink here. Let's see. What was the name of the other special? The purple nurple and what?
Oh gosh, what was it?
Oh, sorry. If you can't remember, it's fine.
We'll just say the floundering fin.
Oh, I like it. All right. Well, I'm going to go with that one because I think that's a good conversation starter. So I'm going to whip up one of them and I'm going to come over here and offer it to her as condolences.
Okay.
Can I do that? Not within.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's 40 feet. Bow, 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 bow.
How are you going to break the ice? Because you didn't hear that conversation.
Oh, I was just gonna say, oh, you look like you've gotten some woes on your face. So have a floundering fin on me.
Tool looks a little taken aback, but takes the drink and downs it in one gulp and goes, "It's that obvious, huh?"
Well, maybe not to the average person. I was like, but I am a bartender tonight, and so it is my job to notice these things.
Tool kind of just nods and kind of just takes it as is, and slips you a copper as
Ooh.
thanks. It goes, it's mighty fine of you. Have you been working in this room all night?
Yeah, yep. Ever since I failed my dance test.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I came on the boat really hoping to be one of the dancers for tonight's shows, but I kind of stumbled on my two left feet and didn't give the best performances, but they liked my energy, so they put me behind the bar, and it proves that I'm actually quite skillful back there.
Well, the drink for the half a second I could taste it was good enough. Tool kind of shimmies back and forth and goes, so... And then immediately it's just very obvious that this is not somebody who's used to just having casual conversation. So Tool's like, I'm gonna go join a table, and kind of just wanders off without waiting for your response.
All right, well, if you need anything, come see me at the bar.
They wave and go, I will, she says. And she actually goes to join the table with Hazel and Plue, which is the Starlet and their gambler partner. So, this is what's going on right now. You can watch as Tool approaches the table. It's very obvious that the other two have at least seen her a handful of times, and they all nod to each other in kind of an acknowledgement of what's going on as they deal, and not really deal, they're at a dicing table, as they dice into Tool's hand. Begin gambling. So, as Tool is walking away, you actually do hear the bell for the dining hall. And with that, people start leaving.
Well, hello. Enjoy dinner. Enjoy dinner. Come back. Have a good drink. Enjoy your dinner. Goodbye. Goodbye.
They all kind of nod to you, and a couple say thank you for the delicious drinks
Dinner's
Yes,
on,
yeah.
folks.
as they
Feel
all
free
head
to
out.
to dinner.
But as they're all leaving out, you see Plu start to wave you down. Plu being the lovely tabaxi person that is over at this table here. And they go, hey, I see that most of your patrons are leaving for dinner. I don't suppose you'd be willing to just pull up a cart and serve us drinks right here.
I mean, I don't see why not. You guys are the only ones in the room, as far as I can tell. If you're gonna keep me busy, I'd be more than happy to keep you pleased.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, the only other person that is in the room is
It's
Farida,
Faraday.
who is whispering quietly to their own dealer.
Yeah, how rude. Straight ignoring me.
She has to pretend like she doesn't know you.
I'm
Yeah, but now
I'm
she
still a
doesn't exist.
stranger in the room.
And Plu goes, oh, fantastic. If this boat is anything like the other boats, there should be a cart in the
Whatever
behind
that
where they
place
keep
is
the
over there.
booze. Yeah, and Plu kind of chuckles and goes, well, you know, boats, not my thing. Cat, all of that. I'm sure you can relate.
Mm.
But yeah, no, we would love some side table service. We will absolutely make it worth your time. Plu is leaned back in their chair like they do this for a living, which is accurate because they do. Their partner, Hazel, does not look quite as at home, but obviously is enjoying themselves. Tool is no longer talking directly to them and looks like somebody who is spending money as retail therapy would allow. The gambler looks incredibly intimidated. Not the gambler, the dealer.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, but is doing their job. So, would you like to deal them some drinks?
Yeah. We're not. Do I actually? Oh, okay. I'm like, do I actually need to go get the cart? Like, what?
Nah, I'll just draw you a little card.
Clink, 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 clink.
So you get the drinks out of the back area pretty easily, and bring it back out. The guards don't give you really any problems. Do you want to look at anything in the back room before you grab all the drinks? Or are you just going to grab the drinks and go?
It opened?
Yes, I
Oh,
opened it.
heck yeah, I want to go look at some stuff. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab some stuff.
A pretty basic boat room. You've got your a couple.
Untrustworthy boatman.
Sitting at the bow is Axton, who you know as the person who actually is the boatman. He owns the boat. From what you understand, he's probably not steering it. He's just, looking like he's steering it. But he's in the room and he is doing things. There is a couple guards in there making sure that everything is well taken care of, as well as a couple other boatsmen who seem to be keeping track of other things and communicating and walking around. There's a handful of chests with extra bottles of liquor that you can see peeking out of the top. There is a straight up treasure chest that seems to have a slot in it to drop coins into, and an extra giant barrel of ale. Other than that, the room is pretty sparse.
Oh no, don't close the door. Hello, Mr. Axton. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Cookie, and I'm going to be the bartender for the room this evening. I'm going to be right behind this door over here. As long as you are not going to put us in any imminent danger, if you would like a drink or two, just let me know. I'll be available whenever you need me.
Roll me a charisma score.
Oh. Do I get beat up or do I just get ushered out? Come on. Charisma. Not one of the big ones? No. Where can I not find charisma? Strength.
Charisma should be one of the big ones, like next to
Yep,
strength
it
and all
is.
that. Yeah.
It's the bottom one.
Ability check. Normal.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Horrible. I don't get beat up. That's good.
Axon is got a friendly face and is apparently somebody who's used to doing the businesses. So he's not a super suspicious person by nature, and he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, well, hello. It's so nice to meet somebody here that isn't actually afraid of saying 2 words to me. They all act like I'm gonna have a second set of teeth come out of my hand and punch him in the face with it.
No, that actually sounds quite interesting.
You travel around long enough, you see just about everything."
Well, very glad that the second set of teeth is not coming at me right now. So, like I said, if there's anything you need, please just let me know.
Absolutely, I will. I might actually grab a drink on my way out before I go to the dinner hall. I'll be heading out there in a few minutes. And maybe I'll say hi and see if your drink making skills match your charisma skills.
Hopefully, they're better.
Quite possibly. And with that, that is the end of your first round.
Okay.
Alrighty. Next up, we've got Kelsey. So Benny,
Hello.
as far as I know, just got back to the kitchens after getting a message via cryptogram.
Yes.
As you get back in, it looks like Rum is distracted. And for those, I didn't mention this. If you guys are like zoomed out and you're trying to quickly find important people on the map, I actually put a little moving glowing aura around them, so they'll be easier to find. Because there's a lot of detail on this map. But he is distracted. Would you like to try to get in and out before he notices you've returned?
We have to start doing dessert, do we not?
Probably.
So I am going to just go to my dessert station and try to not I don't want to. Benny doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to have a conversation. He wants to eavesdrop on conversations. So,
All right. Well, Benny walks up to his little table.
he's making dessert. Leave him alone.
As far away from Rum as possible without
Don't-
being suspicious.
No, nobody look at me. Nobody talk to me.
Let's see. So, as you are getting your hands into the dough that has been sitting for the desserts, most of the work has already been done. You're just preparing it for the next phase of baking, pretty much. So it'll come out solidly after dinner. Rum just starts bitching up a storm. Just bitching up a storm. I can't believe it. I can't believe that these. I left basic instructions. How do you guys not know how to fucking cook a roast? And he's losing it. He something in the back room starts to begin like it's smelling.
Oh boy.
Something has definitely been burnt. So go ahead
This
and
back room.
yes.
What do you want me to roll?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Shall perceive. Come on, Benny, you can do it. Well, he sort of did it.
So as Benny walks into the room, there's 2 guards. I'm assuming you take a step into the room. Do you want to take a step into the room?
Sure. I'll pop in.
All right. As Benny kind of pops up and looks into the room, there's 2 guards like moving away from the door. Obviously, like, I didn't see nothing. I wasn't here.
I did not burn the roast.
It wasn't us. There is a a kitchen staff that's looking a little tipsy, and a kitchen staff that's looking a little like, oh God, what the fuck is going on? And there's a kitchen staff that is hiding in the corner. But with that perception roll, you don't really notice much of anything else.
I don't see the aforementioned burning roast.
No.
I feel. Can I roll like?
You can roll investigate.
Or
I
I'm going to
think
suggest an
I'll-
investigation.
I'll investigate because I think Benny probably could salvage this roast. I think he could, but who can say? Wait, why? Why no? Please. Investigation. All right.
Nice. With that, Benny kind of like sniffs the air a little bit and realizes that this lovely person over in the corner here seems to be bodily blocking something that's sitting on this chest back here, looking nervous as hell. That Benny realizes as he sees around the person a little bit, it's the charred remains of a roast.
Unsalvageable then.
Possibly. It's very thick. It might just be the outside.
What? Okay. Can I? God damn it! I can't believe how serious he is taking the food seriously though.
Okay.
Can I just kind of roll up on them?
Yeah.
Intimidate them into getting out of the way so I can see if I can fix it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hold on. Do I get? Hold on. I thought I got plus to intimidation. Why am I thinking that? Or not plus, but advantage. I'm crazy, I guess.
You did too.
Please. Oh.
Oof. That wanted to be a 5 for a hot second there.
I know, I was very upset.
You successfully intimidate that person. Benny, just describe how Benny would intimidate someone.
Honestly, he would just walk up and fold his arms and just tell them to get out of the way.
That works perfectly well. The kitchen staff is like, okay, bye, and immediately just books it
Bye-bye.
to the opposite corner to hide over there instead.
Poor bastard.
Without the staff in the way, you can see that the roast is very thick, very round, and very marbled. So there's probably a lot of fat and easily charred stuff on it. Benny does have a cooking background, right?
He does.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. Actually, there is no reason why he wouldn't know this with his history, and I don't need you to have any more checks for plot reasons. So Benny would know that while there's really not any saving the outside, what this would do really well is pull apart into a delicious like sandwich meat with like some seasonings and some sauce. It's fatty enough and juicy enough that it could be salvaged into that, even though it can't really be served like a prime rib or a sliced meat anymore.
This is making me hungry also. You know what? He's going to take it upon himself to just get started on making that happen. And if people get angry with him, they can get angry with him. He's not even going to ask for permission. He's just going to do it.
All right. Well, where does he want to fix it? Where you are currently is more of like a storage area. The person took the burnt meat in there. It's probably not where it was cooked.
Okay, is there anything that can be used, like a table or a prep area back here, or no?
Back here, you would have to go back and get like spices and stuff that you wanted, and then you could use the top of one of the crates.
You know what? Oh no, because there are people working out in the front room, right?
Yes.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just grab the stuff and bring it back and get going on it.
I mean,
I don't need
presumably-
people getting involved in what I'm creating art. I don't need people getting involved in it.
Gotcha. Fair.
All right, so I'm not going to make you move your token. You go back out and you come back in. Everybody is really too preoccupied with trying to avoid the wrath that is Rum, trying to figure out who was fucking responsible for destroying his roast. As you go out, you hear Rum talking. He's like, "What? You don't understand. Like, we just started fucking actually this meat isn't even on the market yet. This is a new fucking bovine that has just started to be bred for eating. It's borderline wild. Just fucking killing it takes time, let alone butchering it. Do you have any idea how much fucking wasted money this is? This is from the opposite corner of the fucking map." And like he starts name dropping islands and stuff about where this meat came from. Benny doesn't recognize any of the terms that he is saying for this meat of like what type it is and stuff, which means it is hella new.
My boy knows his food and he's well traveled, so damn.
Which means somebody somewhere is probably harvesting either a new animal or a new magical creature that just popped up, as the islands like to randomly make.
Mm-hmm.
Can magical creatures make magical food?
Yes.
That's actually an entire mechanic that we have for this game. You guys just haven't killed anything or encountered anything yet that's sufficiently high enough level that you could, make magical meals from. But that is 100% a thing you can do.
That is super cool.
Yes.
We can make kidney-flavored kidney beans, though.
Yes,
We
you can.
Yes? You still have
And I will
those.
again.
And you can apparently cook them in your own blood and then heal yourself.
Drop cure wounds on it. It's okay.
Still fucking clever in the most grotesque way.
Are you mad about my...
No.
No, it's brilliant.
I'm having a flashback to that moment where it is one of those things where I am bummed that our recording things did not hold faces, because my expression reading that I'm sure was just like, because my brain is like, you're not wrong, but, and then it's like, nope, we're doing this. Let's run this shit. It was beautiful chaos and I was all here for it. Anyway, back to game. So sorry for the interruption.
Yes, no beans.
So you bring your spices back, and you get a cooking. Go ahead and let's see. I feel like you should get a pretty decent bonus on this.
As a general rule, he gets to add his proficiency bonus because he is proficient with cooking utensils for whatever role you think this would be, charisma, dex, in whatever. Sorry, my brain just ran out of what the stat attributes are. Whatever it is, he gets proficiency because he is proficient with cooking tools. If you wanted it to be, I know there is a list of specific skills he gets advantage on while using the cooking tools, and I have it shimware. Here it is. Unfortunately, he is not specifically. He would get advantage if he's already proficient in it. Unfortunately, he is not proficient in any of the base skills that cooking utensils overlap with. So it would just be whatever you roll, he wants, attribute, and he gets his proficiency to it. Unless you want to rule something else, but that is what I believe we have been playing with thus far. Did I overload?
Even out of battle?
Say what?
I fucking hate this thing. Even out of battle?
For cooking utensils, yeah, this is all just based off of skill rolls. What was the question?
So, I don't know what. Can you send me a picture of what skills supposedly cooking utensils improve? If you have it pulled up.
I don't, but I basically what I did is I made a list of all the skills that they were proficient in, and then looked at the overlap. But let me pull it up. What I'm saying. Hang on. Sorry.
No, I understand what you're saying. My point is that like I don't think any of those skills actually apply to just straight cooking something that isn't going to be used as an item for the player.
Do you want to call it like an intelligence?
That's what I was thinking. I
No,
think I was just
that's
gonna.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is for
With-
this, he would just be whatever role you want it to be, but he gets proficiency with it because he's using cook's utensils, which he is proficient with, is what I'm saying. He is proficient
Yeah.
at cooking.
The thing that I was going to do is I was going to give him advantage.
Okay, so
I won't say no to advantage.
Oh my god, where the
Because
fuck?
it's not like a. How do I word this? It's role play. It's not mechanics. Like
I
if he
mean,
was like crafting food later to eat on the road, I would be a lot more picky about him like rolling survival or something like that.
Make a pun, but it's for flavor.
Yeah,
well,
but I want to
in
make
that
sure that
case,
we're.
in that case, if it's just that, then yeah, just have him roll advantage or whatever. I thought you were asking like the specific thing. Also, because apparently my Google flu is freaking off tonight. Not that it was very good to begin with. So I will find the full list, send you the link. In the meantime, continue with what you were planning on doing in the first place, and we can adjust later as needed.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we were. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were being consistent across the board for everybody. That's the only reason why I was like not just running with it before I talked to you.
That is fine, and I appreciate that. My problem is that I can't find the dangable thing. It exists. I referenced it. I swear I did.
Okay, restarting the timer. Give me a intelligence roll with advantage.
Advantage. Okay, Benny, come on, you can do it, bud. Come on, King.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
He makes an absolutely delicious sauce. And proceeds to shred it very efficiently and very effectively and put it in a bowl. Actually, hello, look kind of nice in the bowl. You've presented it well.
And you know what? I'm just going to take it back out. I'm going to carry it, take it back out, and present it to Rum without a word.
Just like slowly hold it in front of him.
Just deposit it on the counter in front of him.
Rum is still bitching to the kitchen staff that's in front of him, who seems to just be taking it. And he goes on for a couple more seconds. He's like, and I don't understand. Like, I get it. I understand that, like, the Axton and fucking helped, and then, like, we get a lot of money from this sort of stuff, but I swear every time we put something that's on this boat for Barrett's fucking shit, it blows up in my face, and something goes wrong with it, and I hate hosting that man's stuff, even if it pays well. What is that? He says, finally noticing the bowl that you just put on the counter. He goes, what is that?
Repurposed roast.
Rum blinks at you for a moment, looks down at the roast, looks back up at you, picks up a piece of roast and puts it in his mouth and goes, that's really good. That's really good. Aren't you the pastry chef?
I have experience.
Apparently. Shit. Okay. And like all of the anger seems to run out of Rum. And I'm actually not going to role play him anymore because technically that's Lindsay's character, and
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to figure that out, but you were kind of like on a roll there, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop her.
If it was like interacting with somebody else, I would have pulled you for it, but speed.
And also because I was in the process of finding whatever the fuck this shit is.
Yes.
Speaking of, I have found the thing. So give me a
Awesome.
moment while I throw it in the message with you. There's that one. And for quick reference, that is not the page I want. One moment. That. There.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. And with that, that's pretty much the end of your 10 minutes. When we come back around, Rum will probably have a few more questions for you.
Oh, just let him cook. He doesn't want to talk to people.
Too late. You've drawn attention to yourself. All right. Next, we are going to Katie. Katie, you've had a little bit of out of game time to think about what you want to ask your willing but obviously a little jaded dealer. What would you like to ask them?
Yes, I decided to use this to steal more money from the rich. And I'm going to ask him. So there's only one other group of people here, right? Because everyone else went to dinner?
Yeah, it's just the table that's behind you, the pianist and the singer.
So I'm gonna like gesture behind me, but not enough so that they can see. And I'm gonna ask, actually, looking at this, do you have it that only 4 people can play? Because with 3 people sitting there, I can't walk up anyways.
Oh, you can go up there. Don't worry. It's a dice table.
Okay. I'm gonna just behind me. I'm like, what kind of players? It's like, what kind of hands do they play on? Because I cannot be affording what I'm trying to afford, and I need these people to pay my way.
The gambler, not the gambler. God, I gotta quit saying that. The dealer kind of chuckles and goes, "You and me both. You and me both. You didn't get nearly as much money out of that noble as I would have liked to see." But you notice. Roll me a perception check. You notice that the dealer is a little. They're not looking directly at that table. Like when you pointed out the table, they kind of like looked at it at the corner of their eyes, but did not turn their entire body. And in general, doesn't seem to be wanting to physically acknowledge who you're talking about. But they continue on anyways, despite their physical reaction being a little uncomfortable. So the dealer goes, all right, you're gonna have your work cut out for you at that table. So basic information that everybody is gonna have who goes on these boat tours enough is Plu, the Tabaxi. That's a professional gambler.
Oh, shit.
I'm not going to be able to give you much leeway on them of like tells and stuff. They are definitely the kind of person that likes to go big or go home, but that's pretty much the only quirk they have consistently. Tool, I know for a fact, normally does not gamble. They're on these boats relatively enough with their partner. They watch their partner gamble. Think they're married. I don't remember. Tool doesn't really talk much, but they've got a pretty earnest face. I'm sure if you keep track of that, you'll have a good idea. They're pretty conservative, even when they're winning. I don't think they like to just throw money away. Hazel, and he looks a little uncomfortable. He's like, you can beat Hazel. And if you're gambling enough and you're good enough at reading people, you're probably going to be able to read Hazel. That's probably why they're at the dice board and not playing cards with both of them. But if you beat Hazel enough, Plu is going to notice. So if you're wanting to make money off of that group, you're going to have to come in strong and hot, because if you stick around for too long, Plu's going to bury you. Unless the dice completely screw them. That cat knows statistics way too much for their own good, to the part where I'm pretty sure they're banned from a couple casinos back on the island.
Okay. I think I won like 8 gold. I'm gonna give him another gold and head over, like as a thank you, and head over to the other table.
Okay. He tips his hat and tells you, let me know if you need anything else. So
Who's
as
a
you,
professional gambler?
that would be the Tabaxi Plu right here.
All right, I would want the professional to my right, so I know what they do before I make them.
All right. Rude.
You appear to have accidentally collected 2 tokens.
Oh no,
I had 3.
I didn't mean to.
Oh.
I'm
No,
trying to sit
not
on
you,
this corner.
No, it was
Carissa.
me. It was me.
Oh.
You're fine.
I'm the problem.
Oh.
Me.
Hello.
Ah, thank God the
Alright.
Zoom feature is working correctly once more.
All right. So you've got this group of weirdos sitting and playing. Since Tool has sat down, they seem to have relaxed a little bit from when they initially came into the room. But otherwise, their coin pile ain't that big, and it's hard to tell if it's because they've already lost a lot or if they just didn't have a lot to start off with.
Okay. One thing. What's one level below nobility? Because there's no way it goes nobility peasant.
Okay, so a little bit of history time. Way back in the day, and I'll keep this as quick as I can. All of the islands had their own governments. So nobility, aside from the merfolk, which is who Coralus was, is pretty rare. Only certain islands still actually have any kind of like hierarchical system. The merfolk have nobility, and then it's normally artisans, then right? Nobility church, artisans, merchants, right, Lindsay?
Sounds about right. Military personnel are probably rounded in there somewhere.
Yeah, and obviously if you have one of the other titles behind you from a house, then that will work better for you in the military. But generally speaking, in like the social hierarchy of the merfolk, that's what it is. So the Baroness, for instance, who is another person that is on here, is like a middling noble rank from the island that they're at. That is not a universal title for every single island. It is
No,
only their island.
and mostly just because, and this would be something you would definitely be aware of, Dragonborn tend to be very specific about their families and family names, and that's where titles and hierarchy come from in their regard. So, that's a thing that is both very specific to either certain islands or certain races of peoples. So, Dragonborn and Merfolk are going to be the ones that you see mostly with noble titles.
Okay. Then as I sit down, I make a remark that I made that nobility basically just a merchant, and I've come to take their money now because there's no left from the other guy.
Damn!
This entire
I love
history was because
Faraday's fucking
Yes.
energy.
Zero chill.
Zero chill. I
mean-
want them to know I'm coming.
You said hot, Carissa. You said come in hot. That is like a smoldering meteor through the freaking atmosphere right there.
So
Damn.
as you are as you say this, Hazel doesn't have much of a reaction. Hazel is too astonished by your clothing to even fucking register anything that is coming out of your mouth. Because keep in mind, Hazel is here for a famous dress. This is a socialite, somebody that is just fucking all about the appearance, and they are dressed to the nines. And they obviously have not even registered what you've said.
Sure.
Tool next to you spits out their drink a little bit and is trying not to laugh. It's a deep, rumbly laugh that is a little hard to hide. And And you think you hear underneath their breath something along the lines of "damn straight."
I'm glad at least the D&D characters think I'm funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Just like,
Multiple
no,
people laughed.
I enjoyed it greatly.
But
Plume.
Plu just kind of looks at you and just gives this slow, sinister smile and goes, "Oh, I would like to see that. That sounds wonderful."
What a great response.
Are you okay? And that is weirdly, that went very quickly, the end of your 10-minute round. So we will get back to the beginning, and Lindsay will not be playing either of them. Okay, so I will be playing all three people. Dope.
That was a you decision, not me.
Oh, it absolutely. No, for anybody who doesn't know, I actually asked Lindsay to voice back certain people.
Mostly ones that we knew were going to have like a lot of conversation between each other, so that it wasn't one person talking to themselves constantly. She just happened to have accidentally ended up with 3 odd ducks that were all assigned to her.
Wee.
All
right. Yes.
Nothing. I was just going to say who would be next in line. That would be Gina. No, Gina. Both Gina and Stell have yet to go.
Yes. So next up is Gina. All right.
Yeah.
Ray is in the dining room, and people are starting to file in.
My map is gone.
Your map is gone?
My map is gone. It's just all dark blue.
Oh, so's mine, actually.
That's weird. You might be zoomed in on the wrong part. Does the find your token button work?
There I found.
You found it?
It is working. All is well.
Yes.
Glorious.
Okay, cool.
Is Kelsey's also working?
Yes, I just had to use the find my token button, which worked just fine.
I love that.
I think
button
it's
so much.
because I got warped over to Faraday when she rolled the perception check, so that's probably what happened. Anyway.
Okay. I will have to look into that because that should not be happening. So every time I adjust something, something else is like, but what if I did something stupid instead? All right. So Ray has just had their conversation with Dithin there, who I believe was heading out. The dining room is filling with people. As you look around, you notice that Gila, the Aarakocra, is still sitting at the same table, and Gavin, their spouse, has returned with a drink for them. In general, your conversation just ended, and you are free as a bird. Where would you like to go?
What is up with this person over here named Perverse Guest?
RNG didn't like them. They look a little sketched.
There's a racist one too. Jesus.
Yeah. Listen, I did. They just got RNG names, and I was like, "That's it. I guess we have shitheads." Because that's what you just have shithead people.
Okay.
I mean, this is a gambling den, pretty much. So.
I would like to go against the grain of my other teammates, and I would actually like to start stealthing around to try to see what I can find and what I can hear.
All right. You are free to go wherever you'd like. Where would you like to go?
I'm in the gambling hall right now, or the dining hall?
You are in the dining hall right now.
Are there any? I don't-
Hmm?
Oh God, Carissa, why?
Make you jerk to a different place. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed
I
to
would
do
like to head. I would like to head down towards this hallway on the bottom.
that. Okay.
Do I see or hear anything that might grab my attention?
There is a guard that is currently on the stairs to your left that is kind of clanking around. As you leave, you hear a very excited voice that you probably remember. Give me. No, you'd probably just remember it straight out. It is Royowin, who was the little. God, what race is that?
Gnome.
No, thank you. I kept wanting to say fucking goblin.
Nope.
The little gnome who works for the keeper branch of the Midas religion, who was having a fight with Noah in a square the other day. And you kind of hear that coming from the central area between the dining room and the gambling den. They're going on rather emphatically about something with someone that you don't recognize the voice of. You hear the voices as you are walking by of Keela and their spouse just being adorable, nothing really suspicious there. And you hear the tinker tink of someone setting up a bar, but there's not a lot of other noise going on this floor.
I would like to make my way towards the shouting.
Okay.
Carissa, I wish to aid in this endeavor, but I can't find the token on the map. Am I blind?
They should be there. Yeah, no, they're there.
Where am I?
They're under Royowin. It's in alphabetical.
Wait, what do you mean underneath lists?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No, they're not on the map yet.
the token. She was not there a minute ago.
She wasn't.
That's
So
what
it
I
said
was
she
asking
wasn't on the
about.
list. I don't know. I only
Also,
half
I
listen to
can't-
anything anybody ever says.
Okay, I see that list now. Very good, very good. Also, kudos on getting like fancy art for everyone, or etc.
Yes. Everybody has art now.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and move your token to the right. If you have arrow keys, you can also use arrow keys if you would like, if that is easier for you.
And where am I heading?
So the yelling is actually north of you, so up. It is the little blue lady, green and blue, right here, a little bit farther up of you. If you want, you don't have to go that far up. Do you just want to listen? Do you want to interact? What do you do?
I would like to listen, and I also have keen hearing because I am a tabaxi, so I have advantage on on perception checks that rely on hearing.
Fantastic.
So
Give me that roll.
would like to listen.
Hell yeah.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Wait, you said you have advantage.
Yeah, so guess
I do have advantage.
I was about to be like, wait a minute, you just said.
I did just say I forgot to press the advantage.
It's okay. It's a fancy new number.
Hello.
Go ahead and just roll the actual.
Yeah, just roll the
All right, so it would be +3, so that's an 11. All right. What's wrong, Lindsay?
Nothing. My brain was trying to do math, and then I was like, oh, find the Excel sheet, hit the button, moving on. This is just me mumbling to myself. Carry on.
Gotcha. Okay, so as you kind of round the corner, you hear Royowin going off. Lindsay, would you like to handle this one?
Yes. Oh, well, first off, is she talking with someone or is she just talking to herself for confirmation?
She is talking to someone who is probably dressed in some form of similar religious garb, but that is it.
All right, just fair. Wanted to be double check. Like, all right, so as you can see from this section right here, I think that there is a catacomb not discovered yet. It doesn't matter that this place has been destroyed for 1,000 years. I think they haven't found it yet. Like, there isn't. It is our job as keepers to keep the most accurate historical records possible, and we are gosh darn good at it. If there is a catacomb here, even if we can't research and discover it properly because the building no longer exists, it is our duty to record it correctly. And also, wouldn't it just be wonderful to be on the records for that? I can keep going, but I didn't know if we needed more rolls or such. I will continue to just nerd out about a random ass map if I need to.
Lindsay, you're like the only one who's going to get this besides my wife, but you sound like that celestial dragon in One Piece that shakes his head whenever he talks.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a funny thing.
Fair
If
enough.
it's Royowen.
Okay, well, my ears are definitely perked at that. Would I know anything about the robes they're wearing, or have we done this already with them?
So Royowen is part of the Keepers. The Keepers are kind of obsessed with the documentation and the upholding of the beliefs of Midas, more than like the core who like Noah is from. Keepers often work very closely with Shalarans and are much more of like historical purists than anything else. You can tell pretty easily from their robes, and I'll pull that up while I'm talking. That's what branch they work for. But other than that, it's a very varied group. It's probably the group with like the most variety in the races of its members, just because of how much that appeals to a lot of people who live on the islands. So
Well, I'm
you
very interested.
go ahead.
I'm very interested in whatever this catacomb is they're talking about, so I'd like to listen further. Please go on, Lindsay. And this is not just for my own amusement.
All right, that is fair. All right. Okay.
Why don't we go ahead and give me another advantage perception roll?
Ooh.
Yeah, I would definitely say that gives her all of the information, aside from the last one.
Yeah, I
for
was gonna say
obvious
I'm not
reasons.
sure how you want me to get that one in there.
Nope. That requires the obvious caveat that's on it.
All right, fair enough. But I think I have something that I can throw in place of that based off the conversation we had before. All right.
Beautiful.
All right. So let me just walk you through this one more time because I don't think you understand the significance of this. All right. So I forget the name of the island in question.
Insert island name here.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
The architectural island. That's right. So, the guild, the School of Architecture, has been torn down, rebuilt numerous times over the centuries, pretty much at this point. Based off of this map, this section of the building that has been destroyed and torn down for, when did they tear that one down? 50, 80 years? I don't remember. It's not important. They tore it down and they built on top of it. But I think there was a passage there, and if there was and they didn't know about it, then there might still be something in there. Yeah, I don't care that it's just an old, like, I mean, you went to the same school I did, didn't you? Or at least you visited. It doesn't matter. As a student, I always heard just those rumors about like you would wander down a hallway and into some section of the building that has not been seen or touched in like decades and never be heard from again. There might be truth to it. And I think this is proof of it, and I need to submit this for record keeping in an investigation.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so the island in question is Nos. Nos is one of the main islands of the gnomish population. The gnomes call it Flagshine. On the map, it is D5. Obviously, you don't have to remember that. I put it in the chat for record keeping for later.
Thank you. And
that is the end of the 10 minutes. So you can
Cool.
figure out if you want to talk to them next round or if you want to move on. All right, that leaves Crystal.
and
Hi.
I am on deck once more.
You are on deck once more. Christelle, you and Bellis were currently leaving to go have some time gambling. Where did I put your characters?
I don't think I'm on the map.
Did I delete them?
Well, I know the wife is down on the far floor because I saw
Yeah.
her already.
She split off. I think I accidentally deleted them. All right, one moment.
Okay. And then I think when last we left them, they were traversing the hallway to go up to do some gambling, but in this, well, we'll cover that. But she was technically also given the option in front. She would be passing by both the doctor and the Baroness's door. And I think you had given her the option to eavesdrop, and I forget what her answer was.
I ignored them.
Fair enough.
All right.
I want to be like, that's above me.
Jesus. All right, can you see your token now?
I can. See, that's
Fantastic.
why my screen was all blank, because I didn't have a token.
Just told me. I would have fixed it. All right. So, you guys are making your way upstairs as the food bell rings for dinner.
Give me 1 second because I have to check some notes that I have because I want to make certain I get this correct. Oh, yes. So Bellis hears the sound as you guys are venturing upstairs for the gambling, and he's like, "Oh, was it that late already? Well, I'm a bit more interested in some dining tables rather than dice tables. Would you agree?"
I would. I'm very bad at gambling.
Fair enough. I'm happy for the company regardless. All right, shall we then? And I think you had already said that you had like grabbed his arm, so you guys are still carrying on. He's just going to redirect the movement once you get to the top of the stairs, diverting from the playing tables and going instead to the dining room.
Okay.
Carissa, how do I yeet these guys to the other side of the map?
You might just have to literally physically yeet them.
Cool.
Don't think I ever got the teleporters working right because I didn't want people to.
Oh, sorry. It didn't respond immediately, so I might have moved her twice. Okay, there we go.
If you wanted the teleporters to work, you should have used redstone.
Nope. Okay, stop. Okay, I think you and I might have tried to move them at the same time, and then it got
I have stopped
confused.
trying to move them,
Okay,
so
thank
it
you.
should be fine now.
Okay, I think that's where the stairs lead up. All right. Jeez, sorry, didn't mean to blow out the mic there. All right. So you guys will be walk. Can I just actually select both of you? I just realized that's a button I can do. No, I cannot select both PC and NPC tokens at the same time. But you guys are going to be.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just tried to highlight both of them. Hang on, let me try again and see.
You have to like draw a square around them, so like
Yeah,
drag.
I did, and
Oh.
I'm even trying the control button, and as soon as I deselect one, it doesn't highlight the two of them.
Wonder why. It lets me do it. We'll have to look at it later.
Yeah, later. Anyway, so gonna be walking you guys here, and I'll have to move you guys bit by bit. Probably walk by these doors and get a glimpse of Kokui once they emerge from their area, or at the very least Faraday. And then you would also be walking by and see Ray. By the way, if you want to be doing anything during this walk, let me know. This is just me like shimmying people around.
I'm just looking because this is my first time seeing the upper deck,
Ah, fair.
and I comment on how gorgeous everything is set up.
Like, as soon as I forget what the name, Axton, that's what it is. Oh yes, we've been on these boats many a time before. Axton keeps a remarkable ship. There's a reason we keep coming back. That and also because, well, Barrett's fond of them for who knows why. And then you guys arrive at the dining hall. Tables. There appears to be two tables available. Do you have
Okay. What are the two available?
We've got hang on, I'm just gonna move the token over top of it so you can see we've got this table and
Okay.
we've got this table, it looks like, because I don't know how else to hover my icon over it. So those
Let's
are the
go
two.
to that one, the second one that you went to.
Okay. I think the chair's actually right there.
You just stand.
Our arms were still hooked. I had to unhook them.
Fair. All right. And let me find where my little sheet is. There it is. Okay, well, that's just a grammatical error. I was trying to read stuff and be like, that doesn't make sense. It's like, no, that's because grammar. All right. So you are sitting down. Oh, wait. Well, wait. This is like a you order and then they bring it to you food type place, right, Carissa? Or this isn't like a buffet of some description?
No, they'll bring it to her.
Okay.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
What was the conversation? How did the conversation about the map end from the last session that we played?
I think there was a minor confusion because, well, there is a map on auction.
Yes.
What was the questions you had about it? Because I don't remember them.
I asked them what I could do for them to get it for me.
That would be impossible because that would require that I don't know what Carissa would specifically say word wise, but yeah, that's not a thing. That's a thing Barrett owns.
I meant like to buy it.
Well, then you'd have to win it at the auction.
Okay.
I think she's asking like if she could have done something as a favor for them to pay for it, Lindsay.
Yes.
Oh, all right. My apologies.
Wasn't there something?
So they were going to give you, if you do not tell the rest of the group about about the fact that Barrett knows that they're here, which is something you haven't said one way or another if you've done yet or not. They will give you a writ of recommendation to a person who knows how to get to the island.
Perfect.
Which is the illegal part. The map is just useful because it is a map of the island, but you do not have to have it to get there.
Okay.
Wait, is it a map of the island? I thought it was.
I thought it was.
No, I think it was. Hang on, I'm shooting you a message real quick for confirmation.
I feel like we've had this conversation 3 times now.
That's because we have like however space between games, and we keep forgetting shit. Hang on.
Well, I can just look at the docket.
Uh, fair. Agreed. Please continue. My apologies.
So, the only reason you know that the map that is on the docket is of the island that you want to get to is because Nabora, Barrett's lawyer, flat out told you that.
Okay.
On the docket, what everybody else is gambling on, they don't know which island it is. They just know it's listed as a map to a new Fey breakthrough where like the plane is starting to erode away. And when that happens on this plane, there's like an insurgence of like normally either magical creatures or plants or new adaptions, change, immediate evolution, something funky normally happens that's lucrative. So the other people betting don't know that it's on the island that you want to go to.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just was trying to remember if I've already if I needed to do anything else about the map. Okay.
Yeah, the map currently hasn't been bargained over, so that is between you and Bellis.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to step away for a minute. Lindsay, I trust you to handle the rest of this. You have like 5 minutes.
Fair enough. All right. So, do you want to? Do you have anything you wish to direct for the conversation, or I can try and start it off, or what are you thinking here?
No,
Oh, what?
I want
sorry, ignore me.
I want to talk about the island and how I am worried about people getting a hold of the map and ruining the island.
I was gonna say. Try to figure out if what to get you to roll for that, or if anything, or if I just convo. I think I'll just convo for now. Well, first off, I would advise discussing such conversations in such a public setting. But if you were to worry about such a thing, see, the fun caveat of stuff like that is just because you have a map doesn't mean you can necessarily get to where it shows. And that's really what you're concerned about right now, would be my thought, at least. And that's what we're helping with, if I recall. So,
Yeah, it just worries me. People messing up the ecology, ruining the animals there. Shouldn't we just... Why can't people just let it go and be what it's supposed to be instead of messing with everything?
okay, so now I think you can have a roll for me here as soon as I remember what roles exist, because I'm sorry, my brain is just having complete fart. And can I see the thank you? I just wanted to see the character sheet here. Could have persuasion or talk about nature. Insight, maybe. You're trying to get a feel for him.
Okay. So I roll it with advantage?
No, just
No?
it should just be regular here.
Oh, because I have okay.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. All right. Damn. Okay. So because that was an insight, so you get this. He kind of shifts a little in his God fucking crit. Okay. I want you to have one more roll, but I'm so tempted. He just looks just like he sort of shifts a little in his seat, and you get just this sense from him of fuck. I'm sorry, my brain. He just kind of looks and he's Well, I obviously don't disagree. As you might have guessed, I've got family out that way. But let's just say that place has a way of keeping its own. It's not necessarily something you need to be concerned about. And, well, let's just say that I've got certain. If money was an issue with getting that place sealed and tucked away, I would definitely be able to situate it. My wife and I do rather well, but honestly, occasionally we've had to help out Barrett with that matter, but the important thing.
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
No, I'm sorry, but the problem is that some of the information we have here was modded, like, is not relevant, so I'm having to, like, put some pieces together off of it. And, well, let's just say, and he sort of leans in close and slips a little piece of paper from, or maybe, yeah, he leans in close and he lifts up the edge of his sleeve far enough so that a fairly, like, snug bracelet, like, it's not going to fall down too far down, so that it's very well hidden. And there is a bracelet there with an insignia you are familiar with of Fordini on it. Let's just say we take care of our own, and that includes that place. So.
Okay. Well, I sit back with a smile then and say, okay, let's eat.
Indeed. An excellent decision. Garçon? And then the waiter thinks, and I don't know if that is sufficient time or not, because I think next would be moving on to back to the top, which would be Kokui. And I believe you were in talking to
Aston.
Yes, Aston. For that, though, because that is a Carissa people, I would prefer if she could be back for it, but let me see if
That's fine. I think we were pretty much done because I was going to go back to the table and man the.
Oh, that was fair. I didn't know if you had any further conversation you wanted to have with him or just wanted to say hi and pop your head back out.
Yeah, no, I think he was pretty much done talking.
That's fine. Okay, there he was. I was trying to find him. All right, yep. In that case, go ahead and move y'all on back out to the table. At this point, there is also a Faraday there.
Oh, yeah.
We are... Oh my god, can I not... See, my parade is I keep trying to bounce back between Foundry and Excel, and so I keep trying to move one and the other with the different move mechanics of things. So I was just trying to click and drag an Excel spreadsheet, and that's not how that works at all.
I try to unlock my house with my car keys.
Dude, I try to unlock...
Click and drag some stuff on Excel, it just replaces it.
What?
At least at my job with our Excel spreadsheets, you can do that.
You can click and drag. Well, okay, to be fair, when I say Excel spreadsheets, what I actually mean is a Google sheet, because that is where we have all the information dumped.
Yeah, I don't know much about Google Sheets. Never mind.
No, that's fair. I think you might be able to do it on actual Excel. I'm not sure. What you calls it. But yeah, with these three characters that are all of the Carissa, it should be her go then. I assume she is approaching. Oh wait, I heard sound from the Carissa mic. Carissa, have you returned to us? I think she didn't hear my glorious cry because, yep, she just got back and put the headset on. Hello.
Hello, what just happened?
So basically, freaking Shava rolled an absurd crit to like
Nice.
vibe check this dude, and then I realized that half of the information is kind of screwy because it meant for his wife to be there, so I had to basically just sort of jump ahead a little bit and included the 2 things that I had marked for the successes. Then they decided to eat, and now it is Koki's turn, and Koki has gone to man the little sidebar at the one table with the 4 people, including Faraday and the 3 peeps. So have fun, because I also have to pop out real quick.
All right. Let me get this back up. Actually get on the same map as everybody else. Okie dokie. So, Cookie, you are back. We're getting ready to make drinks.
Yeah. Is there supposed to be a man creeping from behind the window on that top part of the screen?
Behind the window? You mean,
No,
Look at
that's
that. What side? Here?
no, sorry. Okay, if you go the table we're at,
Yeah.
if you go to the top table in the room,
Yeah.
that door that it's in front of or window or whatever, there's like a dude sitting there.
Yes, that is Thalinar, who, starting this round, is actually going to move.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if I would see him walking back from the bar to this little table.
He actually wouldn't have walked through the room. He would have walked around the room. You would know from the descriptions that you have received, Thalinar is the husband of the orc that is sitting at the table you were serving.
Okay.
So that was the person that Tool was arguing with earlier.
Okay. He just
That's why
being
he was, he likes money and Tool doesn't like Barrett. Was the general gist of that argument.
Yeah. Spend all your money.
Pretty much. Ironic considering that's the doctor. All right, in this scene, we now have both Farida and Koki. So while this is primarily Koki's round, Farida, you may want to listen in case there's an appropriate time for you to have to react.
Okay, Red.
All right, so
Is anybody needing a drink at this point now that the cart is well stocked?
Tool immediately kind of just like waves their hand and goes, another of the one you gave me earlier, please.
Oh, the floundering fin. Good choice.
I would like 2 of whatever that man is having.
It's a lady.
It's a lady. In game, I said lady. I was just wrong. I'm not. Please,
It's okay.
that was a mistake.
I have a really bad habit of using they them pronouns for everybody, which does not help, especially considering some of these people canonically have they them pronouns. Makes everything a lot more complicated. Anyways, Farida would also like 2 drinks.
All right.
Let us see. So as the drinks start pouring, if you would like to give me a... Go ahead and just give me an intelligence check again.
Intelligence. Uh-oh, what did I do? Okay.
Considering that is what you would use to roll, make the potions. Fantastic.
Ooh.
All right. Impressed with your skills, Plu, who is distracted by Farida's outburst, which as you were coming back, you realize that your teammate has sat down at the table with them and has made a little bit of a spectacle. God, words. Plu goes, actually, may I have one of those as well? And everybody starts to kind of just chillax at the table. The room is actually pretty quiet, and the dealers, Jesus Christ, have actually started putting out some of the candles on the different tables to set the ambiance a little bit better.
Oh wow. Hello.
The music from the center of the room kind of goes a little bit quieter as things begin to just mellow out. Now, Plu, for all of their intents and purposes, is still extremely comfortable. Hazel has finally relaxed from their gaping expression of what Farida was wearing. Sorry, I just lost all of my notes.
Hi.
Okay, so Hazel starts going, okay, I don't really understand. I don't understand this. As she points to like a specific part of the dice game. And Plu kind of leans over and begins to like teach her how the different rounds work and how the betting mechanics work. Is there anybody at the table specifically you want to kind of encourage to be a little bit interactive with you, or do you just want to listen?
I'm standing next to Prue, and she seems the most comfortable, so I think I could distract her the most, or well, him or her.
Tool? The orc?
No, Prue.
The
Prue,
cat.
right?
The cat.
Yeah,
Plu.
Plu.
Yeah. Plue.
And is she her? Yes.
She her. All right. Plu, as you hand the drink to them that you have been so graciously making for them, goes, so where do you think, points at Farida, where do you think they got their outfit from?
Shoot, I can't remember. Is that the blue dress or whatever that they made, right?
That was
That would be Shava. Currently,
Shava.
Faraday is wearing, I want to say it was orange and green with like embroidered leaves and basically like the glorious, beautiful fever dream of like tourist Hawaiian shirt, but it's like a pant shirt combo. And I think the thread matches your eyes or something. There was a lot of detail going on in this outfit.
It weirdly matches her, but is also absolutely god awful.
Okay, that's what I remembered, that it was not the prettiest looking thing.
It is, let me see if I can. Here we go. This is, and you can correct me, Katie, if you disagree.
I've lost my notes on it. I was looking it up, but I seem to have deleted it on accident.
Not this color, but this vibe, medieval.
That is correct.
And then I want to say it was like orange or something because I
It's like
remember
orange and blue, yeah.
Well, I think the leaves were green. I only say that because I think she added detail thread to the green leaves to work with the blue
Yes.
of Farida as like a small
And I have
because I don't know if
fancy
you are aware of
boots,
this.
and I also got jewelry because I was so in love with it that the person was like, "Oh my god, I can make it better." And so I'm wearing like a necklace and rings also, I think.
Yes. You also have matching leaf, like gold leaf jewelry on.
And also, I think you wanted to acquire sunglasses, but whether or not you are wearing them indoors and almost at night is up to you.
I don't think I'm trying to portray douche. I'm trying to portray a problem.
Oh, that's what all the professional poker players wear. They wear their sunglasses.
So you can't read their eyes. Pull them out of your pocket, be like, it's time for the real games.
Honestly, I might on my turn. That's a great idea.
So Day, you would know where Farida got this from, but it is important to note that the people at this table don't know that you and Farida know each other.
No. Yeah, I wasn't asking because I was going to actually tell them. I just wanted to make sure I was talking about the right dress when I, either
Gotcha.
complimented or boffed it, whatever comes out of my mouth.
See, you're on it. I don't have to remind you of shit.
Awesome,
No,
awesome.
you do have to remind me of shit.
Yeah,
Just not in
it's
this particular
really
instance.
To be fair,
in
this game
quick.
isn't. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Sorry. In quick, it's really ugly Hawaiian shirt and long pants.
Okay.
All right.
So then, and did she kind of whispered to me, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was not subtle who she was talking about. Farida probably could notice without problems, but what exactly she said was not loud enough for her to hear.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, obviously, I don't dress in that kind of attire, so I don't know where she would have gotten it from, but I feel like we're a few hundred islands away from where she should be wearing it.
Plu just nods and goes, you pay all that money to go somewhere, and then you have to look like that. And she starts to sip on the drink that you made. Go ahead and nah, we'll keep going for a minute. Sorry. And as she kind of sits back a little bit, Hazel kind of like puffs out her cheeks and is like, "Don't be whispering to the bartender. You need to be showing me where the dice go." And Plu's like, "I can't make all of the decisions for you. Then I'm just gambling for different people." And Hazel, despite being ridiculously attractive, looks like a 3-year-old for about a second as she puffs out her cheeks a little bit more in frustration. Just goes, "Well, how am I supposed to learn?" And Plu goes, "By doing it, darling. By doing it. It'll be fine. We have plenty of money. Even if you spend it all, it'll be fine." And Hazel's just like, I can't spend all of the money. I need money for the dress tonight. And she's like, I know, but we're spending my money. Your money will go to the dress. It's fine. If you run out of tokens, I'll buy you some more. Lord knows I have enough. And with that, the dealer rakes all of the current dice game and goes ahead and starts letting people gamble for the next rounds. Just imagine like some weird fucking D&D version of Farkle. We'll just go with that for now. Because it's easier for me to describe than an actual game.
I assumed immediately that it was that weird dice thing from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah.
That also would
Farkle
work.
sounds funner though. Mostly because I've only heard the name and don't know how the game is played. But I'm also not the players. Carry on.
All right.
And what is her name's Hazel, right?
Yes.
Now what? So you mentioned a dress. You got your eyes on a dress for tonight?
Hazel just like preens a little bit and goes, I do. I'm so excited. And she kind of looks you up and down a little bit as if deciding if she's going to give you this bit of like what she thinks is juicy intel. Because you aren't here as a member, you're not here as a guest, you're here as a worker, so she doesn't know if you know what's on the docket or not.
I'm a lowlife.
How dare you? Let's see. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, so close.
Yeah, doesn't quite cut it. And she goes, I am. I'm very excited. It's not every day that you get the opportunity to get your hands on something so historical in my line of work. She seems to be taking a little bit too much pleasure in being vague about it. Plu, for all intents and purposes, just kind of rolls her eyes in a I love you, but dear God kind of way. And Tool on the other end of the table just kind of like snorts into their drink and just shakes their head.
Oh, well, that's quite interesting. When I heard that there was going to be an auction on the boat, a dress is not what I had in mind. But what do you do for a living?
Hazel stops and looks at you and goes, You don't recognize me?
No,
And she
sorry.
actually seems a little excited about that. Not like in the typical, like, how dare you, but like actually seems excited. So, to explain who Hazel is a famous performer. They are well known on anybody who regularly goes to like the merchant capital as somebody who's in a lot of plays and has a very good singing voice. She would be
Mm.
like the equivalent of like a star actor on like Broadway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I'd get myself out of that then, because I should know as a dancer.
Alternatively, you could just be bluffing, trying to like
You could.
fluff
Oh.
her ego and get her to praise herself a bit. Preen.
You could. You absolutely could.
All right, no, that works.
Let's see. Either roll me another persuasion, or what is
Bluff
deception?
isn't. Yeah, I was gonna say bluff isn't a roll thing anymore, but this sounds closer to that. So, persuasion or deception, then I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, hit almost was a 2.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
And with that, you just kind of so go ahead and tell me like how you're gonna go into that.
like, well, my dear, I was like, you have this just familiar face, but I've been studying and trying out for so much. I've just been living under a rock these last few years.
I love the 2 crits we've gotten recently. Very cool. Very cool.
Hazel just looks ecstatic at the chance to like talk about herself. And is like, "Oh, I do hope you're an enjoyer of the arts."
I am very much so. I aspire to be a dancer.
And she goes, "Fantastic. We have much to talk about." Plu looks just bemused, and Tool looks like she really wishes she hadn't started this round of gambling. I would just like to leave, please. And begins looking incredibly uncomfortable. But that does mean you have a distracted character at your gambling table now, and this round is up. All right, so I don't think we went over between Stell's and Day's next turn, like who all has been talked to yet, right?
Oh, we did not. Sorry, I forgot that was the next step.
That's fine. All right, so as a casual reminder of everybody who's kind of on this boat to gather information, this is not saying you have to talk to everybody, but the main people that no one has touched base with and had like an opportunity to tell everybody else about is Quiet. And Quiet is the private collector that Ezekiel did not have a lot of information on. You guys have not seen Noah since you've gotten on the boat, and Noah being the little octopus dude, little religious dud. And you have not really talked to Ternalflack and Hazelin, which were the lumber baroness and their servant that Benny saw for a hot minute when he dropped off food. Overall, you guys have actually talked to a lot of the people that are going on, and you've kind of gotten opinions on who does and does not like Barrett, and who might have had a little bit more of an interest in screwing him over, or a little bit of a less opinion of his work practices. But otherwise, that is, if you guys have been trying to keep track of like who has been snooped upon and who hasn't, that is the current list. Just wanted to get y'all up to date because I know there's a lot of people. All right, next round.
I think the other person is the mainlander. I think was also listed. Or did you say that? And I missed
Yes,
it?
Mainlander also has not been talked to yet. Speaking of, Kelsey.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Lindsay, when I made those notes, I thought we would get a little bit further down than we did. 10 minutes should not be so short.
I mean, to be fair, we've been kicking ass.
We have. You guys have been doing fantastic. You guys are chewing through the information that we kind of have roles set up for you for, if that makes anybody feel better. It'll all fall into place eventually. All right, Kelsey, you have just given Rum delicious food. And unfortunately garnered his attention. And now that he is more than just a screaming mouthpiece, I'm going to give him back over to Lindsay to vocalize. Are you ready, Lindsay?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Go.
this is amazing. My apologies. I just assumed you were a pâtissier. Where'd you learn to cook?
My family.
Understand that. He sort of like brushed. I forget if we gave him like he brushed a little bit of his face along where his sort of snoot line is. I forget how specifically he is described, but it's like you might have guessed I come from a rather large family myself. Cooking is a strong tradition there as well. Actually, speaking of, that reminds me of a story about my my mother. And then as he's about to have a go on, one of the gentlemen, one of the runners comes up and sort of taps him on his shoulder. It's like, boss? Yes? We've got a kind of weird order here. I was told to give it to you. Oh, let me look. Oh. That'll be all. Thank you. And the runner continues off. Turns back to Benny. Actually glad I'm talking to you. One of the VIPs for Barrett's business today has made a special order request of some sort of friggin' nobles. Well, maybe not noble, but these types. They
Benny is looking and he is listening, but he is not emoting. He's just Benny.
That's fine. He you kind of get the feel that he respects your stoicism.
Yeah, talk at him all you like.
Yeah.
Also, I know that's probably clear already, right? Probably.
No, don't worry. Let me finish talking. Let me finish.
Okay.
Why is everyone trying to never mind. Anyway, they give you an order and expect us to figure it out. Sorry, pastries aren't my forte. Are you familiar with a square donut covered in powdered sugar?
Oh no.
Anyway, apparently she has requested forgive me, someone of your description, and I won't repeat it for your benefit, sir, but if you could make and deliver it, this would be appreciated. She has indicated she will give quite the nice tip. And I understand that this is not the best paying job, so I hope you appreciate it. Just
Benny does actually emote at that. Actually, he does emote at the request.
What is the emote that he emotes?
Sinks into his scarf a little bit. Just a little bit of red on the tip of the ears. She asked for a beignet.
I am, like I said, not the best with pastries. If that's what it's called, then that's what it's called. I know you made donuts for me earlier, so I assume you can whip these up pretty efficiently. Lord knows we've got powdered sugar somewhere around here. But But yeah, here's the room number, and we have a room number somewhere, but I don't remember what it is. Just be careful going in there. He looks back at the note. Just be careful. And he goes and he takes the bowl of the meat and starts hollering at people around to like get buns ready, tells somebody else to run up to change the menu and whatnot, and all of the other kitchen bustling endeavors.
Well, it's
And
for
you
my
are in
beloved sister.
And he would have mentioned sorry, he turns back around one more thing and he's like, sorry, the room number is this, and believe the name is Bunny Forsyth. I think that's how you pronounce that. Anyway, good luck.
It's for his beloved sister, so he will make her the best beignets he possibly can. Even if it's just a pretense to talk. Oh, am I rolling another intelligence to prepare these beignets?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
See how good you cover up your nervousness.
Is this also with advantage?
Yes.
Come on, Benny, you can do it. Hey, nice.
Hey.
See, you get this man in a kitchen, he does fine.
He does do
Perfect.
fine. All right. So you have your pastries and you have a room number. Do you go then? Are you all set? Do you need to do anything else to prepare?
I'm going to go. She is my favorite sister. I will go.
It occurs to me you have no idea where you're going.
I don't.
May I direct your character?
Please move him. Feel free.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, my computer is lagging a little. I think it might be just because I have OBS open.
Okay.
All right. You are in front of the... Can I unselect? Thank you. You are in front of the door in question.
He gives 2 knocks.
All right. You hear some kerfuffling inside, and what you calls it, run over, and there is... Can I game? Can I thank you. Sorry, it wasn't letting me unselect things. You run over. The door opens like a crack at first peek through, and then it like swings open, and you see this obviously shorter than you, but pretty much everyone is shorter than you. Scraggly, like mid 30s looking woman, like big bushy black hair, and she's like looking you up and down, and it's like, hang on, sorry, God, it's been so long since I actually practiced this voice I was going to use. like, well, hello, handsome. Thanks for bringing something sweet. And the pastries. Come on in. And she gives you a little wink as she steps away from the door, or backs away so that you can get in, obviously still holding the door to let you in.
Is she in disguise or is she herself?
She is in disguise, obviously.
Aw.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, as you get in, she shuts the door behind you. It's like, you'll forgive me if I leave my makeup on for the time being. I am technically on the clock right now, and she leans in. I haven't quite figured out if this place has eyes or ears yet. So you'll forgive me if I keep things a little bit brief. Also forgive me for the fact that I did not give you further notice. It was very last minute for me too. I barely had time to get my bags together, let alone my paperwork. And you know I can't get here without the paperwork. So it's this whole debacle. It's not important. Anyway, How are you? It has been ages.
Going to set down the beignets on the nearest table, probably this little
Oh, yes.
dresser
Also,
here.
there's clearly a tea set up. It is
Okay.
toasty.
He-
Oh,
he
yes,
will
yes.
put-
So sorry. Please come have a seat and pour yourself a cup. I figured we could have a few minutes. I was a little bit more risque with the waiter fella than I ought to have been personally, but I figured it would give us enough alone time to sit and have a chat.
He's going to give her a little hug. Little hug.
Oh, I missed you too.
Good to
Muy
see you.
bien. And she sort of like leans back from the hug and gives a little bit of a squish to his face. He's obviously leaving his she's not messing with the scarf. She's going through. She's like on top of it, and she gives you a little squish. It's like my Benny, and the tone shift there was intentional. It is. She stops speaking in that other voice for a minute, and then she also gives a little bit of a wink as the color in her eye changes for a hot second, and then goes back. Now, you'll forgive me. I was a little bit taken aback. I expected you to join me on this boat. As you can see, I have plenty of space. Oh, and she goes to sit down at the table. And then here you are in the kitchen. Were things really going that bad for you here?
Oh no! My earbud fell out of my ear. Hold on, I promise I'm still here. He will sit, but he's just going to shake his head. I'm here on a reconnaissance mission with several others.
Oh. Is it for the auction, I take it?
Among other things. But primarily, yes.
Fair enough. Well, if there's anything I can help you out with, let me know. I obviously just got here, though, so I don't even know that much about anyone here.
Let's see, the two individuals that we don't know much about were the lumber heiress, which I heard a little bit about her. What was the other one that none of us had interacted with?
Quiet.
Quiet. I'm going to ask her if she knows anything. Do you know anything about Quiet?
Carissa, may I be a little bit liberty here, or do you have any specific information you want me to know or not to know?
I feel like out of all of the people that could have been asked this question, Bunny is probably the best one. So go ahead.
That's what I figured. All right. Also, I was trying to remember where that room was, just so that I have a reference point. Yeah, that room's clear down there. Okay, I was trying to double check. All right. Oh, the Kenku? Well, I tried to strike up a conversation with her as best as you can with Kenku, but even for that, she's pretty well. Her namesake is accurate, but I think she's working with someone. Like, I know she's here on business. You can tell there's a very professional air about her. But as exactly to what she's looking for, or for who, or for why, I couldn't tell you.
It's more already, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, of course. And she goes and she takes a bite of the beignet, and she just is like, As always, you are the most excellent with the sweets. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And she puts it down like in her. I am so sorry. I almost forgot. I would never, even in a rush, forget to bring you. And she reaches down and looks through one of her bags that she has. And she pulls out a small box that you would recognize to be a very delectable sort of sweet from the mainland. I will let you decide what is Benny's preferred form of sweet to be in this box, but whatever it is that.
I don't know the specific type that he would prefer, but I will tell you. How big is the box?
Cigar box?
So he's going to pull down his scarf, unhinge his jaw, open the box, and upend it all into his mouth immediately.
I'm not gonna lie. So the first thing I always thought of for this was actually something like a jawbreaker. So something like at least as big enough as a jawbreaker.
Yeah, he's either way, no matter the size, he's going to put it all in his fucking huge mouth immediately.
And she gets a little. It's like, oh, I figured you would like it. It's been a minute, like I said. I'm sorry. I'll try to get out here more often, but you know how business is. Ugh.
With his mouth full, he's going to ask, "What brings you here?"
Well-
What brings you here?
Yeah, no, I got you. I understood. And she certainly would, because she's used to this like all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what you calls it? Well, I wasn't even, like I said, I wasn't even supposed to be out here. That big lug was supposed to come. Lord knows why they chose him of all people to come out here. The big lug referring to Croc.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what you calls it? But I get back in from another job, and the boss, she's all like, "Hey, change your plans. You have to get on this boat to come out to the archipelago." And I'm like, "What on earth are you talking about?" And then we go on. Apparently, she's just waving around to the boat thing. Apparently, this Barrett, the fella, he's been looking into some business on the outside. Obviously, he tends to both he and the boss tend to deal in goods of questionable origin that need to be moved to places that are not that particular origin. And I think he might be trying to do some work out front. Either way, he invited us out here, and we're not all going to come out here, obviously. Lord knows we wouldn't get past the brief. So, one person was supposed to come. It was supposed to be the big lug. But then something came up. He got torn off to who knows where, and I am out here in his place. I don't even really know what's even all on the... I only figured out was on the docket on the way over. Might look at some of it, but I think the only thing that might be of interest might be the weaponry. But who knows? Maybe something for Bon.
So he's partnering with Mom.
It would seem, at the very least, he's attempting to court in a business sense. It might be. He's trying to network.
Croak missing?
Say what?
Is Croak missing? Or is he unavailable?
Nah. He had some other business to deal with. There's some up-and-comers that we've been hearing about dealing with one of the riverways. And he, for the record, you would know that he deals a lot with more aquatic-based endeavors.
Of course.
And it's like, I think he was supposed to go and try to take care of some thingamajig that happened with it. I don't know. Like I said, I was on a job at the time. I had just gotten back, and I come to find out now I'm going here. So, I only know so much. I didn't even get a chance to ask. But nah, he's fine. Everyone's fine. They miss you. Well, the ones who care to. You know how it is. She looks pretty...
I do.
She looks a little sad about it, but...
You know what? He's a little sad, too. He misses some parts of his life. Mostly, he missed his favorite sister, but he's not going to say that, so he'll just nod, still chewing, mouth so full, cheeks just full of sweet. It's just so undignified.
And she gives... Oh, and don't forget to wash that down. You'll get yourself a stomachache otherwise, or you get something stuck in your teeth.
Thank you for the sweets and the advice.
Always.
He's
Anyway.
He's got to go back to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I probably can't keep you too long, but considering what I wrote, you might want to ruffle up your outfit a little bit before heading back.
No, she didn't.
Oh
no.
my god, I can't believe it took that long to figure out. I love it so much.
did. It did. Oh no. Well, now the red isn't on the ears. It's everywhere. But you know what? He will. He'll replace his scarf. Undo 2 buttons of his jacket.
The best cover.
Put a hand on her shoulder. And give her a very sincere thanks before walking very stiffly back to the kitchens.
I'm not gonna lie, she's gonna have a little bit of a chuckle from your face.
He's a bear-wist. You've been bear-wist him.
I don't know if you've noticed it, but that's kind of her job.
It's okay. She's his fave-wit.
All right.
Sorry if that took a lot more than 10 minutes, Carissa.
Yeah, not that much longer.
A lot of info to give.
Yes, and just so you know, the comment about professional was in heavy quotation marks. About quiet.
God damn it. So much info. So much lore.
So you got an update on Quiet giving Bunny some very specific vibes, and then a whole bunch of family lore.
Too much family lore. Too much family.
And for those who aren't on the know, Benny always covers his mouth. And you guys just heard the lovely bit that Benny has an unhinging jaw.
Because he's based on an eel man, so his mouth is big and fucked up.
So,
Eel man.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention. You can unhinge his jaw?
okay,
Not
Canonically?
ate an entire
quite.
box of sweets by
My-
opening and unhinging his jaw.
I
slightly.
thought that was
So,
like just something you say, like not he actually.
No,
No.
literally.
so
literally.
minor caveat. So this may or may not be a thing that you are aware of, but also in the event that you want to make a character like this, generally speaking, because Merende have a very impressive bite, they generally have slightly wider proportions of the face that allows them to do this, but they still look proportional for themselves. That mechanic doesn't really work when you try to put it on pretty much the frame of any other race. So you fall into 3 categories generally. One that they just have the Merende facial proportions, so they can bite normally, but they have an odd looking face. 2 is actually an unhinged type shape, so they have a regular face. And I thought the third one was what Benny was. If you wish to correct this, that's fine. My apologies if I misremembered. I thought Benny had one where just his mouth was physically wider so that he can basically like just open it absurdly wide. Like it kind of
It's
like the
It's 2 and 3, like, combined, basically.
okay.
Mouth big and he can open it super wide.
Okay, fair. I just wanted to double check on that. But yes. So, yeah, no, that's a thing. Merende are cool. I'm glad I made them. They please me.
For those who haven't read the lore yet, because we haven't really interacted with Merende, Merende are one of the newer races. They are an eel-based, deep aquatic, like deep sea race that normally have very big mouths and can be bioluminescent. So, the more you know.
They can be bioluminescent? That's crazy.
Wow, who would have thought?
That's crazy. I can do that too, but I haven't done it yet because I'm self-conscious.
We also fixed that on the long list of things that I fixed on your character.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyways. Yes, Benny literally unhinged his jaw and ate an entire box of candy.
Happens. Don't judge.
Honestly, king shit.
Thank you. I appreciate that from the co-captain.
I mean, to be fair, Farida's probably the one with the closest mouth naturally.
Oh yeah, I always
True.
forget that I'm massive.
Yeah, Dragonborn. All right, with that, it is actually Farida's turn. And kind of an inverse of last time, Koki is still in the room, so Day, you might want to keep an ear in case something is appropriate for you to respond to.
Sounds good.
How
All right.
quiet were you when you were saying how hideous my clothes were?
I will let you roll. Fuck, what would that be?
Perception.
Perception. It would be perception. Go ahead and roll perception. You would have to roll pretty high, but you can give it a shot and see if you heard it or not.
Right. I'm going with no.
No.
I was
Nope.
like, let's
You-
roll a crit.
You barely notice that she's talking about you at all, even though she wasn't very stealthy about it.
Oh no.
You know,
Alright.
if I'm going to get a 1, that's a great place to get a 1 on.
It could be worse. It could be worse. So, as a reminder, Hazel is currently giddy about the fact that she has found somebody to talk about her escapades with. Plu is bemused, but mostly just wanting to kick your ass at dice. And Tool looks like she would really like to leave, please, because this has turned into a sorority conversation that she doesn't want to be part of.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to Annie.
All right. How much?
The table minimum.
Okay, cool. Silver.
Right, can I just write down how much I lose instead of like removing silver every single time?
Oh, God. Yeah. No, don't do that. You're fine.
Okay. I have a pen somewhere. All right. I roll a d6.
Unlike last time, especially considering we only have 10 minutes, I am not going to keep track of it. Also, because I don't feel like running an entire game of Farkle in the background. It will take us 5 ever.
Okay.
Not even 4 ever, 5 ever.
5 ever. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to just have you roll 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and roll a d4 for every round. And I'll roll a d4 for the other people, and then we'll go off of that.
All right.
All right, so your hand is looking pretty good.
Nice.
Are you wanting to talk shit at all?
How many times do you bet, like in a round? I don't know this game.
So this isn't an actual game. This is just something I'm making up off the top of my head. So Farkle is pretty much a game where you are trying to get the most points by the end of the game by getting like specific sets of dice.
Okay, then I will for sure talk shit.
Talk shit.
Has anyone else rolled?
Yes.
Is this public knowledge?
No. Not until the end of the round.
Okay. Then I will not talk shit. I don't want them to know what I have. He's a professional gambler.
All right. Everybody actually antes with you at the same time. Next round, roll another d4.
No, not 2. No. No. It's at 3 now, -1. Help.
What's going on?
It's fine. Everything's fine. I fixed it. Oh my god.
You're doing great. You
Getting
found out from
killing
the
at
previous.
gambling.
You found really. You found out the previous round that Hazel has been rolling pretty good. That doesn't mean she knows what she's supposed to be fucking do with it. Plu had a pretty decent hand, as well as Tool.
I put in 2 gold.
2 gold.
Yes. We're betting high.
Hazel sees the 2 gold, hasn't actually looked at her car or her dice very well, stammers and immediately recedes from the table, which Plu does not look very happy about. Plu just kind of gives her this look of like, really? Really? Plu matches.
Alright.
As does Tool. Tool is like, and you just hear Tool go underneath their breath. They're like, fine, if I lose, I'm gonna fucking leave this table anyways, so might as well.
All right.
Go ahead and give me another roll, and I will tell you what the previous one was before you bet. All right. The previous roll, you realize as the next set goes out, Plu actually got just as good of a roll as you did. Not Plu, Hazel. Plu had a horrible roll, and Tools was average. So, knowing your next roll, how you feeling?
Very neutral. Does anyone else bet? And I can just call.
If you call, you have to put in at least the one silver ante.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll put in 5 silver.
All right, so 5 silver.
Paying better attention.
Let's see, Hazel is out. Tool just throws up her hands and is like, I can't, and actually just gets up and leaves.
Oops. Is that the person who didn't like my clothes?
No, that was Plu. Plu was making fun of you. Tool was the one who was coming here after the fight with their partner.
Oh, okay.
Plu matches you.
Fine.
But does not raise.
Okay.
As you guys are getting ready for the next roll, you found out that Plu actually had a fantastic roll last hand.
Ooh.
Overall, you are doing about as well as Plu is.
Okay. Do I roll again?
Mhm.
Come on, 4.
Fuck.
Nice. All right. The next 2 rolls are blind, so you will not get to see what Plu is doing. But for this
Jacking
one, you
game,
find
John.
out. But for this last roll before you ante, you found out that Plu rolled fucking awful. So
All right.
you're now doing a little bit better than them. But the next 2 rolls are completely blind.
I ante a gold.
Oh, Plu smiles and antes you up another 2 gold for 3 gold total.
Another 2? Do I have the money for that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I got 30. Absolutely. Another 2. I call. He can't do it again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. And Plu
2
won't be able to know what you're running either.
at the same time or separate?
You can roll both at the same time.
Right. Not terrible.
Not bad.
8.
All right, final bet.
Odd. 4, 8, 12, 17, 19 out of a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of a possible 20? Another 2 goals. Mathematically, I have a great chance.
All right. Plu antes you up to 5.
Fine. Screw it.
You call?
I call. I'm in too deep now.
All right. And
God damn it.
let's see who won. I've been writing down the numbers. 4, 10, 14. In total, Plu ends up with, I can't count, 16. 19.
Total 24. 19? I have 19.
And you have 19.
We push after all of this?
Yeah, they rolled really well the last couple times.
Shit.
Roll to the death.
What? How does that normally work if you end up with the same thing? Do they just split the pot?
Well, that's what we're going to determine. The dealer looks at both of you and goes, all right, that is a tie. You guys can either split the pot or you can play another round. Plu just looks vicious at this point, smiles broader, and goes, "Double or nothing?"
Double or
Oh.
nothing.
Shoot.
All right, to give you an idea, at that point, that is more than the gold you were given to gamble with.
Oh no. My own gold,
You are anteing your own gold.
including the gold I won from the last thing.
Oh, did you earn enough?
Because
for the
I
gold?
walked away up 7 minus 3 I gave him. I walked up 4, I think.
Okay, if you walked away up 4, they gave you 10.
I'm very
Five.
sorry if those numbers are fake.
10. I don't care. Sounds right. So currently the table is at 10. If you go double or nothing, it's going to be 20 gold. So you would still end up giving up a handful of your own gold if you lost.
Out of game, do I get to keep it if I win?
You will be able to keep all of the plus 10 gold that you win. So you'll have to give 10 gold back. But any
You know, in
profit
real
over
life,
that you
I'm a
get to
gambler
keep.
too. I will for sure.
All right. And I will make this roll public for Plu's last roll as well. So go ahead and roll your d4.
And I'm just passing out drinks.
Okay.
What?
Oh!
What do we do?
Oh, that second one's technically Plu. That's not. That's not.
Yeah, I know.
yours.
I saw the
Yeah.
dye color. You're fine.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
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 Let's see. Do you even have?
No.
I don't think you do. yeah. You don't have enough to ante up to. You could. You actually could, because that 33 actually doesn't include your 10.
Oh no.
Yeah, you could double it. So Plu goes double or nothing again.
So this is like 4 times or nothing?
Yes, so you would end up walking away with 40 gold, which would be 30 gold net for you after you give back your 10. Or you would literally have no money left, pretty much.
What do we get when we finish this mission? We've been told how much we get paid. How much is that?
Wasn't it 12, Lindsay?
Shoot. No,
Like in that family.
12 is what they got paid this last time total, but that included room and board expenses, and it was considered a rush job. I remember this one was technically lower than that.
Okay.
I want to say closer in the like 5 to 10. How much did I say? Fuck. God, this has
Was
been
it
so long
8?
since. 8 sounds right. 8 sounds like a number I would say.
8 gold.
Oh, I'd be destitute. I'll do it.
Roll.
Oh, I'd be destitute. I'm
monologue.
doing it.
I'll be destitute. I'm doing it. Oh god. Oh god.
Okay, come on.
No! No!
Mathematically, this is a monstrosity.
This is statistically unlikely.
This person needs to leave their partner and just run away with Faraday. Like, this is clearly a fated thing.
This is signs from the stars.
Hazel at this point, now noticing how like fucking into this that Plu is, has stopped talking to Koki for a hot second, and everybody is just staring at the table blankly. And at that point, Plu looks across the table and goes, "You know, this is more than a person's wages in an entire day. Some people in an entire week or month. I would be comfortable calling it here for half and half."
And I literally can't.
You literally
Gamble
have
more,
no
right?
more money.
Like, I have
Yeah.
$0 more.
You have 0 more money.
You would be in debt on a gambling boat.
Oh, that can't be good. I have to call it here. I have no dollars.
All right. You walk away with 20 gold. 10 of that which doesn't belong to you, but 20 gold all the same. Plu looks amused is the best way to put it. Just amused as shit. And he's like, "You know, I gotta say I didn't expect you to go that hard. Congratulations."
I didn't quite get your money, but I was close. I need you to know, if I had more than $0 left, I would have double or nothing again. That's not a bluff. That's true. No rule for deception. That is a fact.
and Plu kind of just looks at you and goes, I thought you told me you just took all of the noble's money. Are you telling me that the noble only had like 10 gold on them?
I'm saying the noble left very quick.
Well, apparently that's what I should have done, except for we both got rich off of this time. So I'm going to considering you won that. I will next round be giving you some more information about Plu.
Okay.
But that did take up our 10 minutes, so we will have to return to that later.
Okay, rad.
All right. Where did I go? There it is. All right. With that, the next person is
I believe
Gina.
Ray. Yeah, I was gonna say Ray. Yeah.
All right, we are back to our thief. What is Ray
also-
doing?
I need to go to bed soon because it's 10 o'clock and I have
Yeah,
work
I
in the
was
morning.
gonna say.
Oh, it is that late. I apologize. All right. Well,
We can try and resolve the last two people next time.
yes, this would have been the last round before another major event happens. So that is just 2 more rounds. So if you guys are comfortable with that, we will just do those at the beginning of next one.
Works
And
for me.
then we'll get back to group shenanigans. Is that okay with you, Gina?
Yeah, I was actually private messaging you guys to talk about something. Lindsay knows what it is. But
Yes. Okay.
I may have giddily explained the same thing to Carissa, so she may already be aware.
A little
okay,
bit.
I'm just going to tell everyone then. I was cast in a production of Pride and Prejudice. I'm playing Mary Bennett. So I will be out of the game for about a month and a half because rehearsals are on Thursdays.
Congratulations.
I did not know that part.
Congrats! Oh my god.
Yes, also
Thank you.
congrats. Did not know
So
the
thanks.
Thursday thing.
They're Tuesdays through Thursdays and then on Sunday.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, so
So
yeah,
I'll
there
be out
wouldn't
of
really
commission
be
for about a month and a half.
there really wouldn't be any good day for us to move it to then, unfortunately. But you said just for about a month, right? So you're just out for February or also March?
I'll be out for all of February and most of March.
Okay.
Shit. Okay. We will.
Yeah, that's
talk
why
with you and
I
figure
was
something out.
messaging you guys. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Also,
Congratulations.
yes, definitely congratulations. That is much more important than our D&D game.
Indeed, I'm very excited.
Side note, isn't Kelsey also going to be gone next week?
For the next also month.
I'm going to be gone for the next month because I had to talk to the scheduling person who does our scheduling. And I was like, hey, can you put me off of Thursdays? And he said, well, you're working every Thursday this schedule, but in the future, yes.
Okay.
So
Which, I mean, for DSG purposes means just
2 sessions.
2. Oh, hey, if we're done actual game stuff, should I stop
it is
recording?
not yet, because that's part of the reason why I wanted to say that.
Carry on.
So real quick, Kelsey,
Ace.
as Benny is walking back, looking a little uncomfortably disheveled from the whole situation, standing at the end of the hall waiting for him before he even actually gets back to the kitchens is Barrett Kanan.
God.
Barrett just kind of looks at you, gets a very, very small smile, and for the first time in a long time since Benny has actually been around his siblings, Benny feels small. Barrett is a huge man, and he definitely has a look of the cat that got the canary. And he goes, hello, Benny. I think we have some stuff to talk about.
Did you want a beignet?
Wait, no, did you bring the plate with you and there's still a beignet on it? And you just like offer him this beignet?
No. He's just fucking dropping a one-liner because he knows he's been made.
Fair enough.
And that is where we will leave Benny off for a while.
Motherfucker, it was my fucking brother, wasn't it? Motherfucker.
Oh man, Benny gets murked.
His mom already tried to kill him once.
Whoa.
Benny has too many people that want him dead,
Most
unfortunately.
of them he's related to.
Ironic. All right. And then we will figure out what we are going to do with Ray and other things later. We already kind of had that one on deck as a plan. Great. That is the end of actual gaming stuff, Lindsay. Thank you.
All right, I shall hit the stop button.